Hello, welcome to my channel, Lady Gem. My name is Glennis. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. My hair is straight. Um, it's a week and a day. I went last Friday to get my hair flat iron and trim. I try to go every quarter. And so I went last week and got my fourth quarter trim. And I like to do it with my hair flat iron. I like to get my hair cut with my hair straight, completely straight. Because for me, it's when I will see the fruit of my labor or the sins of my labor. Um, oh, trust me, there was no fruits. There were no fruits to my labor. It was definitely showed the sins of my labor. And there were for many reasons. One, I skipped my my third, is it my third? Whatever. The one in July, I had scheduled to go get it trimmed back in July, but I actually was near the end of the month in July, but that was when my mom passed away. So I had to do her funeral. So I didn't get around to getting the hair trimmed. And so I went in September and got it trimmed. And I didn't really pay attention to my ends then. But child, I went last week Friday, and while I was in this, she trimmed quite a few good amount of hair because earlier the week, the Tuesday, last week Tuesday, I took one of my twists and actually I cut the end. Well, I cut off quite a few of it. And so when she flat ironed my hair, you could literally see the difference. So I told her to just level it all off. And so I know she cut maybe 2.5, 3 inches of hair. And so I'm not expecting a stylist to get every single strand um of split ends because your hair is various lengths. So while I was checking out, I saw my hair still had some split ends, and I'm not, that's not a stylist's fault. Like I said, I know that you're never going to get every single strand. But over the week, after the holidays was over, after Christmas was over, I decided I'm going to pay attention to my ends. I have a ton of split ends, y'all. And it's no one's fault other than my own because I'm the one that does my hair. The stylist, she just see me once a quarter, right? So hence why I said it's the sins of my labor. And it's looking well, looking back, I've done this before. And I knew from experience what to do and what not to do. But I I would say that I took my hair for granted, my hair type for granted, it being thick, the strands, individual strands being thick, that it can handle me using a tool like the Felicia Leatherwood um, on most wash days. Um, I a couple of years back, you heard me talk about my hair having mechanical damage, and it was from using the brushes. And so I transitioned out of that, cut off that last few inch of hair. I think I did that with a curly cut. I think so. I've only done 2 curly cuts. One was the shape to get me that bob shape. And then the other was to get I believe the last of the mechanical damage. And after that, I've gone and done my hair, got my hair trimmed in flat iron. Well, it was straight. Um, but back to now, as I said, I thought that, my hair, you know, I know that wet hair is very fragile, and to be gentle with it. And again, as I said, there's nobody to blame but myself, because I know this, but yet and then, I have people in the back, been warning me. But because of the year that I had, and I was like, look, I like my hair to be a certain way. I'm just going to use a tool to get it that way. And my hair, as I said, I took my hair for granted and was just using the tool. But it all caught up with me this year when I went in last week and got my hair flat iron and then look at my ends. So she cut, like I said, 2.5, and then I came home and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna get the onesie twosies of the split ends that I see, child. I've been cutting my hair. I've cut another 2 inches or so of my hair, and I still see more split ends. So for me, what that says is that maybe all of this is probably another 2-year journey of me growing this. This is where I'm at, because I was literally trimming the onesie twosies, and then I got so frustrated that if I was an impulsive person, you would have seen a bald-headed Glennis right now. I was going to probably, I had ideas of big chopping my hair, but because I'm vain, I was like, yeah, no, nope, I'm not going to do a big chop. I'm just going to transition again, so to speak. So basically I probably cut. So here I am. Oh, yeah, I'm wearing a dark color shirt. Oh, I don't remember. I was probably to my boobs when I went in, and to the top, but now I'm more closer to my shoulder. So that's my marking point for what I plan to do each quarter. Well, each quarter I plan to be more gentle with my hair. Going back to what I know works, which is finger detangling, for 3 months, 3 weeks of the month, and then using a tool once a month. That's what my plan is. And then, but then using some products, which I'm going to share, broad categories of products that I plan to use, and see if I could lessen the split end situation as I grow it out and as I get it cut. So, look, I know that well, I look at it as a journey. I look at it as, as a trip. Like, you go down a road and there's some bumps in the way, there's some potholes in the way, and sometimes you can swerve around the potholes, but sometimes, y'all, I drive in the potholes. Ask my husband. He's like, do you not see that? I said, yes, I do, but I drive right on over them. That's what this is, right? I knew that if I was going to continue to use the tools, that I was going to pay for them. So that's where I am. And I'm not that I'm okay with it. It is what it is. They are the consequences of whatever, and lesson learned. Now, here's the thing. I don't like to repeat my lessons. I don't like to repeat my lessons. This is my second go around of this. And so I'm going to try my best not to repeat it a third time, because a third time is not going to be a charm for me if I have to do this again. But then again, as I said, if I do, it's hair. And it's a journey. And, you know, our hair, as we age, as I age, is going to be different every few years. So, I mean, I have more gray hairs than I've had 2 years ago. You know, so saying all that is that I plan to see where I'm going to be. I'm giving myself 2024 to to try something new. Ring. To try out, be a little bit more patient with myself and my hair. But I'm gonna do this I'm gonna do it by quarter. That's how I'm gonna process it in my head. Is that for every 3 months, I'm gonna do this, see what works, continue to do that. What doesn't work, leave it at the door, and try something different. Okay. So, like I said, the first thing that I know will make the biggest change is, as I said, finger detangling. Is to leaving the tools just once a month, and it's probably going to be the end of the month. When I'm probably going to do, I got to figure out when I'm going to do a protein treatment, when I'm going to do a clarifying wash, because I'm probably going to be off schedule in January, because I am not planning to wash my hair until next weekend. I'm gonna have a full full 2 weeks of my hair being straight. This is the first week, and then I'm hoping that next week, and then wash my hair the first Sunday in January. So my hair will pretty much not need to be detangled, because I'm my hair is straight, so I'm pretty much getting the shedded hair out. So I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do. If it's gonna be the end of the month or the beginning of the month, I'm going to use the tool for the next 3 months, only once a month, but finger detangle the rest of the way. Now, here's the thing. Hold on. I bought this. The Dyson, what is it? The Dyson Airwrap? No, I have the Dyson Airwrap. I bought the Dyson Airstraight. This was my gift to myself for the holidays, for Christmas. I'm hoping to wear my hair straight, or straight-ish, in a blowout way. And I've seen some videos where folks don't just use the tool, not detangling. And that's what I'm hoping to do. I'm hoping to wear my hair with some stretch styles, because I have quite a few creams, and I want to do it on my hair being stretched. Now, I'm going to use heat. So that's another thing. You know, I'm weighing the balance. I'm weighing it in my head. Is it that what I want to do? I'm going to try it and see how it works. And if it works, yeah, if it works, great. If it doesn't, we shall see. But I'm planning to use the Airstraight to straighten the hair, but don't use a tool. So however kinks, bends, whatever, I'm gonna have to use my finger. That's how I plan to use my finger to take out the shedded hair after I've blown the hair out with the Airstraight. So that's how I plan to get around it. But nonetheless, I still have to give my hair what it needs, in the sense that I'm still going to use my bond treatments. So, as I said in the other video, I'm going to use my Olaplex. More, not so much the number 1, but the number 2, 3, and I have only a few uses, maybe 1 or 2 uses here. I should have bought it when I was on discount. We purchased this size when it was on discount, but I didn't. What I did was I was in TJ Maxx and I saw they had the Curlsmith Bond Curl Rehab Salve. I don't really care for it really as much as I care for this, because I know this has helped prior with my split ends, but because I am done odd and missed out on the discount, we shall see. Okay, so that's my plan, is to use my bond, is to pre-poo. That's the first thing. Hold on. This is my 3rd video. No, actually, this is the 5th video. 2 of them I had to scrap. Excuse me. So I'm going to pre-poo with a pre-shampoo treatment. Excuse me. I'm going to try to go light with my shampoos. So I'm planning to use this, the Depew Apple Cider Vinegar Rinse Light. I plan to use that. It cleanses the hair. It cleanses my scalp as well, because I also plan to put some scalp. I have some scalp serums that I plan to use as well. That's more for scalp, but what I'm really talking about here is more for the length of the hair. And then I also plan to use, now this is a salon product, but I've used this once. I'm up here. This should last me, because it's a combination of product. This should last me for the duration. The protein, so I have a lot of, this has quite a few proteins in it, so this is standing in for some protein treatments that I plan to use. This I'm finally gonna probably crack into some of Curl Junkie product. This keratin, our hair is nearly 80% keratin, and so I use keratin treatment. I have the Mill Creek as well. Both are keratin products. And then they're not here yet, but I've also purchased some other bond building, bond strengthening products I'm waiting to receive in the mail. Some leave-ins, additional pre-shampoo treatment that is also a bond treatment, and some leave-ins. One, I saw I could add the bond treatment itself to my stylers. Look, it's gonna be an experiment and see what works and what doesn't work. So I'm gonna have to figure out, can I use bond treatment products from pre-poo to styling? Is that, what does that look like? Can I use it every wash day? Probably not. Too much of one thing is good for nothing. But the aim is to try to lessen the split ends as much as possible. So we shall see. So let me do the previous video. I did the marker of where I was. I'm not going to, this is not a length retention because challenge of sorts, because I am going to continue to cut my hair probably at the same length till I get, well, I'm gonna have to probably all of this will probably have to go over the next 2 years. This is about 2 years worth, this is about the length for me for 2 years worth of growth. And so after I transition out of this, then we'll figure out length retention from here on, from then. So that's probably 2026 on down. But nonetheless, it's a journey. It's and for me, interesting. I find it exciting. I get to try more products. That's probably what it is. Yeah, that's probably what the excitement part is. I don't know. I probably get to try new products, and as I said earlier, it's hair. It's dead protein. It's a journey. It's not really all that serious. No, and I'm saying that to say we do attach a lot to our hair, and as I said earlier, I'm vain. I'm not gonna big chop because I like my I like my hair, but I'm not necessarily married to length. I prefer to have a healthy head of hair. If my hair was at a healthy state, that would have been a different story. But then what would be the excitement? What would be the excitement? It would probably be boring. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. It'd probably be boring. Who knows? Maybe I'm just whatever, trying to make excuses. Am I? No, I really think it's a journey, and in life, bumps are good. Sometimes bumps are good. And so that's what this is. So it's another journey. It's another excitement. That's where I'm at. We shall see. Maybe I'm in self-denial. I don't know. We shall see. Anywho, the journey continues. That's what this is. To figuring out what works, and who knows? Somebody might learn a few things along the way with me as I discover what works and what don't work. What I do know works is I need to leave these darn things alone. Alrighty. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.